thing from just a few states over. She loves a good Cheez-It and will wash it down with some swig. She loves Scrabble, outdoor concerts at the Ruoff, and golfing at Crooked Stick. She's every ref's favorite, and she dresses like a CEO because she's a boss. Please welcome to the show, Caitlin Clark.
Caitlin Clark stepped into the spotlight at All-Star Weekend, and she didn't hold back for a second. In what might be her most fearless interview yet, the WNBA's brightest star sat down with Sue Bird on the A Touch More podcast, and the energy was electric, from candidly shutting down NBA crossover rumors to playfully addressing her walking meme status, and even tossing some light shade in her coach's direction. Nothing was off the table. This wasn't your usual polished media Q&A. This was the Raelle Clark, sharp, witty, unfiltered, and completely in control of the room. If you thought you had her figured out, think again, because this interview delivered the kind of raw honesty that creates headlines. We're breaking down the spiciest, funniest, and most surprising moments from this unforgettable sit-down.
First and foremost, you're in your second year. You're already getting an All-Star game, so you get to host, which is amazing. Obviously, we'll just say the obvious. We're all very bummed that you can't participate.
Me too.
Yeah, I know you're bummed as well. But you can still enjoy it. Yeah. I think Indiana so far has done an incredible job.
Caitlin Clark might not have played in the All-Star game, but make no mistake, she was still the star of the weekend. In the heart of Indiana, the place she now calls home, Clark stepped into the spotlight as the unofficial host of the WNBA's biggest event.
The city has done a tremendous job of, decking out the whole place and making everybody feel welcome. So it's just getting started.
From towering Nike billboards around the city to packed media events, Caitlin Clark's presence was impossible to ignore. Even without suiting up, she fully owned the moment, showing exactly why she's not just a basketball star, but the face of the league's future.
I think it's amazing. You wouldn't want it the other way. So you just enjoy it. And they've put so much time, effort, and money. When we found out we were getting All-Star shortly after All-Star last year in Phoenix, they've been working on this around the clock. There's been so many different committees and so many different people that will never get credit for what they've been able to do and just the logistics behind it to make it amazing, not only for the people that are going to go to the three-point competition, skills competition, or the game, but just the people that are coming into the city to be around and just, see everything that's being put on and just enjoy the vibes, I think is absolutely incredible.
Caitlin Clark was all in on making All-Star Weekend unforgettable, even from the sidelines. She praised Indiana's behind-the-scenes work, showed deep appreciation for the fan base that's embraced her, and made it clear how important it was to show up for her city. Even without lacing up, she owned the moment in only the way Caitlin Clark can.
For myself, you embrace being the host. Who knows if we'll ever get to bring it back here. I'm sure we will at some point, but maybe not for a few years. So just trying to do, everything I can to make it amazing for everyone.
When you're Caitlin Clark, every step is watched, analyzed, and talked about. And in this part of the interview, she opens up about the noise, the constant scrutiny, and the pressure that comes with being one of the most spotlighted athletes in the game. But Caitlin doesn't back down. She reflects on how social media often distorts reality, and shares that her real grounding moments come not from trending posts, but from seeing young fans in the stands, eyes wide with inspiration. Those, she says,
well, I think first, you have to remember, social media is just such a false perception of reality. And even for myself, you don't always realize that at times. It's not the real world. And, when you're in a position of, people are going to love you, people aren't going to like you. But I think when I show up to arenas, those are the moments that really remind me of how many people are really there supporting you and loving you. The little boys and the little girls, those are the people that are on social media, caring about every decision you make or every comment you make. But also at the same time, I feel I just try to show up every single day and be myself and approach it that way and just be authentically me. And
Caitlin reveals that while fans often see her fierce, competitive side on the court, her teammates know a different version, the one cracking jokes and keeping things light behind the scenes. She's the locker room jokester, the comic relief when tensions run high. It's a reminder that the public only sees a small slice of who she really is. The rest lives in private moments, the group chats, practices, and quiet hotel hallway laughs.
What do you feel is the most misunderstood thing about you on the court and off the court? The personas, if you will.
I feel a lot of people don't realize how goofy I actually am. And I think a lot of my teammates would say that even like Steph White was saying this the other day, like people don't realize like I'm just like comedic relief in the locker room. Like once I step on the court, like I'm super fiery and like I want to kill, but every moment other than that, it's like it's not serious. Like I just have fun, I have a good time. Like,
But don't confuse Caitlin Clark's playful side with weakness. She opens up about how she navigates her many roles as an athlete, a teammate, a daughter, and a public figure, not by hiding behind them, but by embracing them as part of her strength. It's how she protects her peace, handles criticism, and stays centered in the middle of constant attention. It's a rare and powerful moment of self-reflection from someone always in the spotlight, vulnerable, honest, and deeply grounded. This is Caitlin Clark, Beyond the Box Scores.
Oh no, you got jokes in the group chat.
yeah, group chat.
Sometimes I'm like, this motherfucker is a troll.
But I don't know. I feel like the more you get to know your teammates or your coworkers or whoever it is, like you just become more comfortable and, you know, you kind of understand them and they understand you. But I feel like anytime like you're in your private life or with your family, like you're truly just yourself at the end of the day. But I don't think it's like a like coping as much. I feel like it's just more so like a comfortability thing and like building that trust within your locker room first and foremost, more than anything.
Every superstar has that turning point when the spotlight feels different, heavier, brighter, undeniable. For Caitlin Clark, it wasn't just a single moment. From Travis Scott casually featuring her in a college-era Instagram story to her unforgettable 41-point triple-double in the Final Four, her rise has been powered by can't-miss performances and viral moments that demanded attention. As she reflects here, that game against Louisville wasn't just another win, it was the...
Back to like my freshman year of college, like when we played UConn in the Sweet 16, we ended up losing in San Antonio. Like I remember Travis Scott had posted me on his story and I like got back to my phone and like everyone was texting me. I'm like, yeah, I have no idea why he did that. Like, I'm like, that's super cool. But yeah. But I would say like probably when we beat Louisville, my junior year to go to the Final Four in Seattle. I had like 41. I think I had 41 like 10 and 12 or something like that. But that was like the moment I really felt like things were really starting to change.
But the most surreal part wasn't the media attention or the flashing cameras, it was seeing her childhood heroes react. Legends like LeBron James and Steph Curry, athletes she once looked up to, were now giving her public shout-outs.
I think the one person that like really like made me starstruck probably was LeBron, because like LeBron was a person that I grew up like absolutely loving. Like he was like my Michael Jordan because I was younger, and like that's the person that I always looked up to. And so I'd say him, even throughout, and Steph, even those like at the end of my college career, they began to like comment on some things as I was ending my career and then now professionally. But I feel like I still have a lot of those moments and it doesn't always feel real because, you know, I feel very lucky and fortunate.
That kind of recognition doesn't just validate your talent, it changes everything. And yet, through all the fame and noise, Caitlin Clark still walks through it with the same sense of wonder she's always had.
You did turn down the NBA offer for the 3-point contest. That was the whole thing. But you did turn that down, but you made good on your word. You wanted to show up for Indiana in the WNBA All-Star game. What went into that decision-making process?
Yeah, well, I mean, they obviously really wanted me and Sabrina to do it, maybe a couple other people as well. And I was just like, well, I mean, that would make the one here a little, like, just not as fun. So, and it's in your own city. Like, I was going to do it no matter what. And I wanted my first one to be here in front of our fans.
If Caitlin Clark made one thing clear in this interview, it's that she's done entertaining nonsense from legacy media. In a moment that instantly caught everyone's attention, she directly addressed and dismissed the absurd rumor that she declined an NBA 3-point contest invite because she didn't want to shoot off a rack. The crowd buzzed as she shut it down with honesty and zero hesitation.
So recently, there was like that rumor, lie, whatever you want to call it, which was so dumb that you declined because you didn't want to shoot off a rack. It's like, what? Where do these people come up with this shit is beyond. But I'm actually curious. You finally, it doesn't always happen. Honestly, even we have a podcast, Mics on Our Face. You don't always get the opportunity to be like, no, that was a lie. Yeah. And just kind of like call it out and like fact check them. Yeah. That had to have felt good.
It did feel good. I don't know who wrote the article, but I'm sure they didn't feel great about themselves after I did that. So I don't know who their source was, but whoever their source was wrong.
Then came the subtle jab, delivered with a grin. As Caitlin shifted from busting media myths to breaking down her mindset, she spoke about that now iconic game against the Liberty. She gave a masterclass on being in the zone, 2 quick buckets. That's the green light. 3? She's pulling up for heat checks, whether or not Coach Steph approves. And that's where she slipped in a playful dig, hinting with a smile that not every shot might come with a coach's blessing. The room erupted. It was light, it was clever, pure Caitlin Clark. Confident, self-aware, and unafraid to speak her truth, she showed once again just how much trust she puts in her own instincts. On the court or behind a mic, Caitlin continues to prove she's as mentally sharp as she is deadly with the ball in her hands.
So I shot 30 times a game. So I always thought I was on a heater. Some nights I was, some nights I wasn't. But I would say more so professionally, like that Liberty game. I feel like as a shooter, like when you see like 2 or 3 go in, especially like for me, like if I have 2 back-to-back in a row, like I'm probably gonna launch a third that maybe isn't advised by Steph, but like I gotta get it up. And then if the third goes in, like you're just hot. I think as a shooter, like your confidence just builds and builds and builds. It's just coming off your hand better. The rim looks big.
Only in Iowa could a basketball icon be honored in the form of dairy art. Caitlin Clark laughed as she recalled finding out she'd been sculpted in butter for the Iowa State Fair, proudly placed beside the legendary butter cow. As unusual as it may seem, the tribute marked a full-circle moment, a celebration of her roots, her fame, and her place in Iowa's cultural heart. She described the process with genuine pride, noting how a local sculptor and her daughters carried on the buttery tradition by turning Caitlin into a piece of state fair history.
That moment I had with Stewie when I made that one over her, like, I don't know how I made that shot. Like, I barely got it over her fingertips. Like, Stewie's one of the longest players in the league.
Like 8 feet with her arms. Yeah.
And I just started laughing, and then Stewie was laughing because we were both like, wait, what? How'd that go in?
How do we feel about butter,
This is
Caitlin?
me made out of butter. I don't know if anybody is from Iowa in here, but if you are, oh, sweet, we got a couple.
It sounded like one.
The Iowa State.
That was just 2 claps by one person.
A couple.
Yeah.
The Iowa State Fair is one of the best fairs in the country, but
I believe
they're known for making a cow out of butter. And a couple years ago, they decided to sculpt me out of butter. You can see the cow's nose over there to the left, and that's me made out of butter.
If you blink back in January, you might have missed one of the most viral snapshots of the year. Caitlin Clark leaning in to whisper something to Taylor Swift during a Chiefs playoff game. The internet went wild, flooding timelines with theories. But Caitlin finally set the record straight. She was simply explaining the reason for a penalty flag. That now iconic moment, which looked like a secret celebrity exchange, turned out to be nothing more than a calm breakdown of football rules. Just Caitlin's game IQ meeting Taylor's curiosity. Ordinary, but unforgettable.
Next up, whisper, whisper, whisper.
Oh. Why did everybody say it like that?
What
do we
were you
whisper then?
actually saying? Don't lie to us.
Honestly, like, I love football and I know a lot about football, so I was like telling her like why they threw a flag or like, but in the best way. Like,
She doesn't know a lot about
I don't
football.
even know everything. Like, so I was just explaining things, but yeah, that was really fun.
But for Caitlin, that sideline moment was more than just a fun snapshot. It was surreal. A lifelong Chiefs fan, she lit up talking about watching Travis Kelce dominate the field while sharing a suite with Taylor Swift. Her cheeks were red from the winter chill, but the excitement in that box was electric. It was one of those rare moments where sports, pop culture, and pure joy collided, and Caitlin handled it all with the effortless cool of someone who belongs exactly where she is.
I feel like every game there's always like a new meme of me doing something.
This one is top notch. I don't even know what happened.
I mean,
I do.
What game is this?
I have no idea. Atlanta. Ryan Howard was trying to rough you up.
Oh, is that? I
this?
was like, I don't care. I
Yeah.
don't care.
You're like, I'm not scared of you.
Oh yeah, that's what I said.
I'm not scared of you.
Who are you?
Yeah,
I did
exactly.
say that.
Every athlete has that one meme-worthy moment. For Caitlin Clark, it happened during a fierce matchup with Atlanta's Ryan Howard. In real time, she was locked in, focused, fearless, and unbothered. But the internet hit pause at the worst possible moment. One freeze frame, and suddenly Caitlin's intense game face turned unintentionally hilarious. Even she had to laugh. Like, that's not fair. I didn't actually look like that, right? Cue the jokes about messed up ponytails and exaggerated expressions. Rather than brushing it off, Caitlin leaned into the humor. She cracked up about the photo, owned the moment, and reminded fans that even a superstar can become a meme. It was pure self-awareness and pure Caitlin. Then came the deep-cut throwback, a high school soccer photo of her charging a goalie, cleats up and full send. "That looks like a card," joked one host. It was intense, fearless, and hilarious. Typical Caitlyn, even then. She didn't score, but she definitely left an impression. What stood out wasn't just the aggression, it was her passion. She talked about loving her all-white Nike cleats like they were her first pair of Jordans. She admitted defense was never her strength. But the competitive fire? That was always there. From butter sculptures to buzzer beaters, Caitlin Clark's All-Star Weekend sit-down gave fans the most authentic, unfiltered version of her yet. She laughed. She reflected. She threw a little shade and handled the spotlight like she was born in it. This interview reminded us of one thing: Caitlin Clark isn't just a player. She's a personality, a force, a future face of the league. And the more we hear from her, the more we realize we've only seen the beginning. Comment CC Superstars to show your love for Caitlyn. Like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you don't miss what's next. Click the next video to keep going. We'll see you there.